Okay, so now it's time to start working with our form. Now, first of all, if we scroll up to the top of our images.php page, and after our if is set id, let's type if is set post caption. Post caption, if you go to our form, you'll see that the field with the caption has a name of the caption. So that's why we're taking this and checking whether the form has been submitted. Two curly braces. And inside, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our categories page and copy all this, all our arrays, validation, and for each loop to save a little bit of time. Indent it a little. Okay, so now for validation, our caption, which will say please provide the caption, and we can remove the duplicate because we won't be checking for duplicates here. Okay, so we've got our required. In required, we need caption for each post. Escape value. Yep, that's all fine. So now after for each loop, if we type if files image, which is the name of our input for the browse input actually for the file upload, arrow, because the files is obviously an array as well, we're checking for the arrow, what kind of arrow do we get, equals upload arrow. Okay, this is the type of error we're going to get when the file has been when the file has been uploaded successfully. So obviously, if we are not getting this kind of error, which is this exclamation mark, which is actually indicating this exclamation equals means it doesn't equal upload error. Okay, then we're going to add to the validation array. So validation, and the name will be image error equals, and now the function file upload error message. And inside of this, and we're going to be passing one parameter to this function, which will be the error retrieved from the uploaded file. Now, file upload error message, if we go to our functions, inc and functions, it's already been placed there for you. So if we scroll down, file upload error message. This function, we pass in the value, the error code to this function, then we use a switch statement, and depending on the value which is passed to the parameter, we have the relevant message assigned to it. So that's about this function. Okay, and we also need to make sure that we add the image error to our missing array as well. So array push, we got missing, and the key is image error. So this way, when we're going to be looping through missing array later on, we will be able to find the ID and then refer this ID inside of the validation and retrieve the relevant error message. Okay, so we've got array push, that's all fine. Now let's also create the else condition, else statement. Okay, so if file was okay, then let's try and check if. Let's copy this whole thing, files image, but this time instead of arrow, we're going to choose size. If file size is more than max upload file size, which as you may remember, we've created now a config file, the constant, and we've assigned 2 megabytes to it. So if the size is more than 2 megabytes, then we're also going to add value to our validation and missing array. So let's copy this whole thing. This time we're going to pass the for the image size, lowercase image size, and we can remove this function because now we're not going to be converting anything. We're going to simply type the message. The file size exceeds now space, and the function convert size, and let's take this constant and paste it inside of this function as a parameter. Then we're going to be passing image size to the missing array as well. Now convert size, if we go to our functions, and we go on the line 60, you can see we've got convert size function. It takes the size in bytes, and depending whether the size is more than 1024 bytes, less, then we obviously display the name in bytes, then we round it to the kilobytes, otherwise it's in megabytes. So it's actually displaying the size nicely depending on the size of the file. Okay, then we've got this function. Else if we've got this file's image size passing to it, and now we'll check in if it's not in array but not type, not size. This time we're going to be checking for the type of the file, and in array second parameter will be file types, and this is what we're going to be creating now. Actually, we need to create the array with the file types we want to be allowed to upload. So before we continue with this, scroll up to our arrays, and after the validation array, let's create a new one, file types equal array, and now we need to specify the MIME file types. We will be allowing image JPEG, JPEG, image GIF, image PNG, and image TIFF. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about file types, you can go to mimetype.org, and you've got the whole list here. Actually, depending on what kind of files you want to allow to upload, you've got all the relevant information displayed on the page. So we go back to our text editor. So if the file type isn't in this array, so if the type of the file is different than the one specified in the array, then we again going to add the values to both of the arrays. This time, rather than image size, it's going to be image type, and also pass to the missing array, and the file type is not allowed. Maybe this file type to make it more sound a little bit better. Okay, so we've got this file type is not allowed. So that's our validation here. Okay, in the next video, we're going to have a look at how to display all these error messages in a form.